So, with the rise of the creator economy, everyone wants to make thousands of dollars online and on TikTok, whether wanting to be a famous YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, any sort of influencer. But with that, everyone needs to use something a little better than their phone. So, I'm gonna literally rank all the best YouTube camera gear that you should buy, whether you have $10,000 or only $100. I'm going to rank you through exactly what's the best camera and what's the most doggy doo-doo camera that you should never ever consider for making online content. I'm going to jump into it right here and let's get into it. So right here, I just picked 13 of the most popular cameras from the biggest of biggest YouTube channels to the most least popular. And S meaning sugoi, awesome, to D meaning doo-doo, poop. So let's start from what is, should we go from doo-doo rank to sugoi, A, B, and C, or should we just go one by one, right? Let's actually go through one by one, okay? The images here are very small, so bear with me here. And let's see, this looks like the Nikon Z7. I would rate this full frame. Does not have a flippy outy screen, but full frame you have your dual SD, SF Express, 4K, and log. Great for behind the camera as well as stills. And if you have an at-home monitor and you have that external output, I would rank this. Let's go with B grade for now. Next is we have the Sony A7C, and it has a flippy outy screen, and equivalent to that of the A7S series, shoots at, correct me if I'm wrong, 4K, 60 frames, and it's Sony, which is known for great autofocus. I would also rank that on B. Next is we have the Fujifilm X-T5. I could consider this for photos and video. APS-C sensor again. Let's go with, actually no, I take that back. Bump these two up to B, put this to B. A, I'll bump this up to B. Next is we have the Nikon. This is the D5200. Actually the first camera that I ever used. APS-C sensor, 24.2 megapixels. Horrendous autofocus capabilities, but it does shoot 1080p, as well as you can have an external microphone to this. And a lot of my earlier videos were actually shot on the Nikon D5200. I'd put this to C or D in between, give it a C. This right here, the holy grail of cinema cameras. You have your Sony FS5, the FS6, the FS7s, and this is on the elite level, of course, right? Built-in ND filters, 4K, 120, cinema grade quality. We're talking here from Sony, right? Next is we have the lovely Nikon Z50. Because it doesn't have its flippy outy screen, right? It has the articulating down screen. You have 4K, great color, as well as now improved autofocus. If you haven't watched that video, go watch that first. I would put this at the B level along with the Fujifilm, but you have to also consider the price range of each one of these cameras as well. Next is, I'm just gonna double check. I can't even see, or D3500. So I put this in the doo-doo level because no external microphone at all, right? You can't plug in a external microphone. And you have that horrendous video hunting focus that we all hate and love from these entry-level Nikon DSLR cameras, but you can still use this camera for YouTube videos, right? It's little worse quality off because of that microphone in capability, so it's going to be at the D, at the doo-doo level. Next is, this is the one and only lovely Lumix, I would say Panasonic GH5, I think this is. I would say, or is this the S5? I don't even remember. I think this is the S5. S5, I'd rank that for full frame 24.2. Put that up with the A tier. Next is when this is the Sony A7S Mark III. 100 frames, 4K, 120 frames, slow motion. Beautiful full frame camera for videos. Every YouTuber that's a filmmaker has an A7S Mark III, right? A lot of people still even use the A7S Mark 1s and Mark 2s. This goes on to the A level. I would actually bring the A7C maybe down here, actually. Next is we have the Canon. I think this is the G7 Mark II or 3. Standard flippy screen. I think the Mark III allows you to have external output now. You're looking at around $1,000 for this camera as well. I would also put this in the C tier category because it is a smaller sensor, and pocket-sized cameras do have its time and place, but if you're talking about talking head YouTube videos, I would rank it at C. Next is we have the Sony, the most popular, ZV-1. External microphone, right? But you can't change the lens, which is why the other reason the Canon's on the C. I'm gonna also put this on C level. Camera sensor quality is like, yes, you can get great focus with the Sony, but once again, it is smaller than an APS-C sensor. So we're just talking about video quality alone, C. Next is one step above is the Sony ZV-E10, and that by default goes up to B ranking tier. Last but not least, this is the Scarlet Red, and of course, S tier. And here, guys, is my little breakdown of the cameras that I recommend for YouTube videos. From top tier, if you have 1 million subscribers, like MKBHD, you have Unbox Therapy, they're all using these cinema cameras. I've even seen them use like a $20,000 like a robotic arm now, but they initially started with these types of cinema cameras because of XLR inputs and audio, professional grade audio recording, right? So S tier, you're looking at $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 cameras. Going down to tier A is you're looking around roughly anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000 in terms of lens setup and full frame video quality for your YouTube videos. All these cameras have headphone jacks so you can monitor, so you can be in front and behind the camera. Going down next into our B tier cameras is all these are APS-Cs, right? So crop sensor as well as 4K capabilities, but still shoot beautiful video, especially if you're considering yourself using, let's say, TikTok videos, Instagram Reels. B tier is more than enough, right? A tier, S tier. S tier is movies, right? Movies, this is like indie movies. This is like micro content. C is for your complete enthusiasts. You don't really want to get too serious about camera quality, and you don't want to spend more than $1,000. Here are your options. You have your D5200, your little point and shoot pocket cameras. Great options as well. You can't really go wrong. And last but not least, in the D, in the doo-doo category, is still your Nikon D3500, but 1080p still a lot better than your phone. You're like, wait, your phone shoots 4K, this only shoots 10. Because of the sensor side, the quality will be a much bigger difference. And you can't really tell from, let's say, oh, my phone you can actually tell. If you put your phone quality next to a D3500, even though it's an entry-level APS-C, you can still get better qualities. So that was my little rundown of comparing all these cameras on this tier ranking. You guys let me know. Would you rank these differently? What would you add to this? And did I get it right or did I get it wrong? And if you want to get serious about content creation, creating content, what's the best video editing program, what's the best gear, link is in the description below for literally all the cameras that I recommend, especially my own setup. And if you want to get serious and learn all the best settings, I have a complete playlist on this, but I also have a crash guide video course where I walk you through, doesn't matter what camera, the same thing applies, the basic foundations of filming, of capturing movement within your camera and getting the best quality, even if you have a Nikon camera. Link is in the description below. Help me help you. and you're watching a broke visionary collective. My name's Peter, and you know the deal. We all start with nothing, but you can always create awesome content. Cheers, guys.